Oh.
All right. Hello and welcome to the 11th Inquisition. Max, you have not attended an Inquisition in quite some time. Give us some insight. What's going on in your game? How are things for you?
Things have been up and down, I will say. Some rounds I'm able to talk a lot more than I am other rounds, so like it really depends on like what's going on and everything outside of the game. And so it's been a bumpy road for me for sure. Not the smoothest of paths, you could say, but it's been enjoyable nonetheless.
Wesley, after the last vote reveal, there seemed to be a little bit of heat going on at the tail end of the Inquisition that you seem to be the center of. Walk me through what happened and where are we at now?
Well, I'm going to be obnoxiously like, I don't feel like re-explaining an entire drama situation without going to another fight, but basically TLDR, I think I made a read that might have been technically wrong in principle, but maybe not the worst. This is what didn't result me in the worst position ever. So like wrong in details, but like not the worst thought process and not the worst result. So it kind of led to this whole big blow up and all that. I'm just gonna try to move forward with everything and move forward in the game, whatever I can do. At this point, I'm just gonna move on.
All right. Mike, we are now at the final seven. So we've come rather deep into the game, but yet there's still much more game to be played. Is it about surviving round by round, or are you making moves now that are setting you up for your end game, ideal end game?
I mean, I guess like everyone should be thinking about like end game setup and stuff. Um, Honestly, after the last Inquisition, I needed to like take a break because of the unkind words that were said to me. But so I feel like this round I'm just focused on surviving, at least for everyone that's left in the game. Um, so I don't really know where I feel about surviving or setting up right now, but I feel I'm leaning more towards on the surviving stage for myself.
Nick, as we've got four members of the jury now, at what point does the threat and weight of the fact that a decision is going to be made real soon as to who should win this game come into play?
I mean, it kind of has to come in to some extent, I suppose, but um, I'm personally not big brained enough to do any kind of jury management. I'm trying to survive here out in this jungle. Um, so, yeah, look, I mean, like, I'm sticking with my allies and the people I trust. Um, that's how I'm trying to get to the next round.
Sanam, you are the only one that doesn't have to worry about surviving this round. You have won immunity yet again. Are you on a run?
No, I honestly like it's so anxiety inducing to go to Inquisition that I was actually talking to someone earlier. They're like, Sinem, you have immunity, and I completely forgot, which it's really nice to have. And I don't want to say that I'm taking it for granted, but like the anxiety and the stress of an Inquisition doesn't go away. It's nice to know that I'm not going home, but I mean, any decision made here still affects the game, even if I'm still here. So, um, slightly less like nerve wracking for my own safety, but definitely for the game as a whole, it's still such a factor.
Max, is there a pattern that can be ascertained from the way in which everybody has been, the boot list so far, if you will?
Um, I don't think so. I don't think there's a pattern. I really think the person that like is the person that's going that round or whatever the target or however you want to say it. Um, I feel like it usually jumps around from round to round. It really just kind of depends on if a name is like a match striking a box. You know what I mean? If it catches fire and it can take off. It's as simple as that. I mean, I wouldn't say that there's any sort of pattern or anything though.
Wesley, does that mean it's safe to say at this point in the game, alliances are no longer as much of a factor and that it is just whose name catches fire first?
Um, I'd say alliances are a factor in the sense of, do you think people are going to vote to you to end, are going to, one, when, are going to like be willing to want you an end game, but alliances are not necessarily in everyone's head of end game because only one person wins, and you want to go to the end with the combo that wins, whether it's the final two or three, you've hit in more two. I think we gotta be prepared to like have the best matchup possible.
Mike, is that seem true to you? Are we prepared for the best matchup possible? Will this final two be a battle for the ages?
I mean, I hope so. I'd like to see a battle. I think it'll be fine. I don't know. I think any of us, I think like in this final seven, I think has a shot to win. So I think it'll definitely be a battle. So it'll be entertaining, and I'm psyched to see who gets there. Even if it isn't, me. I mean, I would like to be there. I'm sure everyone else would, but I think it would be cool to see whoever gets there and see how, I guess those moves pan out and how each of their stories are told at the either final two or final three.
Nick, do you think there's a lot being made about taking credit for certain moves, being the one that is the move maker?
I'd like to think that went out the door uh, along with Brooke when she was accusing me of similar things. Um, I haven't seen much of that. I don't really. It hasn't been that kind of game. I think it's been like a game of more kind of flowing dynamics rather than certainly since Cliff, rather than like a big personality making a move. The move kind of take on their own life. I think so. No, the answer is I haven't seen much of that.
All right, and last we'll go to you, Sanam. Give me some insight into what will tonight's vote really be about.
I wish I had a good answer for you. I think that the like unfortunate thing, which is a good problem to have, is we all kind of get along really well. So I mean, yeah, there's like flare-ups here and there, but I think generally like we all like one another. So it's kind of come down to like every 2 days it's different. I think, Max at the nail on the head, like there's ups and downs, and it's not at a point where we're all considering endgame, but I think all of us are playing a strong game. So I don't know that there's necessarily like one specific factor that makes the decision for what any of the day's votes are.
All right. Well, with all of that being said, it is time to find out who is the next adventurer to fall prey to the predators in the jungle. But before we do, does anybody else have anything that they need to say?
Karen card. Just kidding.
No more Karen cards. No more Karen cards. All right. I'm now going to go off camera and mute myself while I am away. There is no more talking about this vote or the game, and bump your votes to the top of your project.
Shout out to Zorb. Shout out to my friend whose birthday it is. Shout out to Scott's dad whose birthday it is. Shout out to me for managing to lose my own stuff in my own car without having moved more than 3 inches. Don't all speak up at once, guys.
Shout out to my production guests, Lady Chatterley's lover, William Shakespeare, and Ronald Reagan.
Shout out to my family and to my Squishmallows, Fifi and Jonessa, for that challenge, right? The item challenge.
Don't mind me and my piles of baby laundry. Had to wash a bunch of new clothes that we had to go find and search through because she's growing out of all her stuff right now. She's getting too big. So we are up to 6 to 9 months. Even though she's not even 4 months old.
Shout out to my friend who's picking up chow mein right now because I'm really hungry. Anyone watching House of Dragon?
Yes.
I want to so badly, but I don't have HBO Max right now.
I don't either. And I have absolutely bullied my friend into waiting until Monday every week so that I can watch it. And then I fell asleep because I was so tired. And I literally stayed up so late just trying to watch it. And then I made him rewatch it and I fell asleep again.
I think it's the greatest thing that we have on television right now.
It's so good. And like, I obviously was exhausted, but I also started my first week of law school. So that makes sense that I'm tired.
What show?
House of Dragons. It's the Game of Thrones prequel and it just had its second season.
Yeah,
Or started.
I'm just watching reality stuff right now. I've been watching The Mole and all that. These
Oh,
people
did
are
that just come
fucking
out?
bananas. Like motherfuckers.
The
I
Mole?
can't say too much, but like these people. Oh God, these people.
Queen Muna? Um,
I mean, I will say Muna's probably on the playing better of everyone here.
I saw her on Sequester.
Is she still okay there? Like she got like fourth
Mhm.
place or something?
I had some friends who played with
It's with
her,
her.
but
It's
Yeah,
probably
fucking
very
Sylvester.
possible. It's funny when I do the how many degrees of separation between me and reality TV stars. It's pretty low actually.
Is that 7 degrees? Is that the like the notion that everybody has 7 degrees of separation?
6 degrees.
Oh, cool. I see follow me, and I'm a little
All
scared
right.
now.
I am going to read the votes real quick. And inside of this ancient Incan Peruvian skull with the face paint on it, because sacrifice, I have the votes. Well, before I read them, though, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol or other relevant advantage that you would like to play, this would be the time to do so. Okay, all right. I will read the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The player with the most votes will have fallen prey to the predators in the jungle. They will have a moment to speak their piece, then they must leave the zoo. First vote. Max. Wesley. Vote Wesley, 1 vote Max. Max. 2 votes Max. Nick. Nick H. 2 votes Max, 1 vote Wesley, 2 votes Nick H. Nick H. The next player to have fallen prey to the predators in the jungle, Nick H. Nick H., you have become prey. Speak your piece.
Well done, everyone. Well played. Good luck to you either in Ponderosa or Final Tribal. Well played. Bye.
Nick. Tremendous player, that guy. So, you are now down to the final 6. This next couple of days will be fun and interesting. Upcoming is a semi-live Loved Ones challenge, which means that you and somebody that is not currently in this game will both participate together to compete for individual immunity for you. So please gather yourself a loved one and then schedule a time with your prod chat to determine when you will do the semi-live call. And then keep in mind you are at the final 6, which means right after that final 6 Inquisition, the snake will strike. So it will be a fun week of events. You get to bring some love into the game, and then by the end of it,